Have you ever wondered how far human imagination can go before it touches the impossible? Across the world, engineers, architects, and dreamers have dared to reshape mountains, carve cities out of deserts, and raise towers that defy the sky itself. These aren't just buildings or bridges. They're bold statements of what humanity can achieve when limits are ignored. From the ancient world's wonders to the futuristic megaprojects now rising from the ground. Each one pushes the boundaries of what we once thought was possible. Some took decades to complete, others are still under construction, and a few seem more like science fiction than reality. But they all have one thing in common. They prove that the human spirit is unstoppable. From the depths of human creativity rise structures so daring, they don't just change skylines. They change what we believe is possible. These are the unreal megaprojects, megastructures that seem impossible. Let's start our journey with a road so surreal, it seems to defy the very laws of nature. This is the Atlantic Ocean Road in Norway, an 8.3-kilometer stretch of pure engineering brilliance that twists and turns across the wild Norwegian Sea. Connecting a chain of tiny islands between the towns of Kristiansund and Molde, this road doesn't just link places, it links imagination to reality. Built between 1983 and 1989, the project faced some of the harshest weather on Earth. During construction, workers battled at least 12 major storms, with crashing waves and hurricane-force winds, trying to undo every bit of progress. The highlight of this engineering masterpiece is the Øresund Bridge, a structure so dramatic that it's often called the road to nowhere. From certain angles, the bridge appears to leap straight into the ocean, an optical illusion that has made it one of the most photographed bridges in the world. Today, it's more than a road. It's a symbol of Norway's fearless spirit, where humans dared to build across one of the most unpredictable coastlines on the planet. The Atlantic Ocean Road stands as proof that even the wildest forces of nature can't stop human ambition. They only make the journey more spectacular. Rising straight out of the cliffs of a surreal sandstone landscape, the Beilong elevator in China looks like something built for another world. Hidden deep within the Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, the same place that inspired the floating mountains in Avatar, this colossal glass elevator clings to a 326-meter-high cliff face, making it the tallest outdoor elevator on Earth. Its name means 100 Dragons Elevator, and it truly lives up to that legend. 3 massive glass lifts carry visitors up the side of a towering quartz cliff, offering a view so breathtaking it almost feels unreal. Within just 88 seconds, passengers are lifted from the forest floor to the mountaintop, where endless stone pillars stretch across the horizon like a landscape painted by the gods. Construction wasn't easy. Engineers had to anchor the elevator into fragile sandstone, balancing innovation with environmental protection in one of China's most unique ecosystems. Completed in 2002, it has since become a symbol of human ingenuity meeting natural wonder, a vertical bridge between earth and sky. The Beilong elevator isn't just a ride, it's a journey into the clouds. Standing proudly over Blue Waters Island in Dubai is a structure that quite literally redefines the skyline. Ain Dubai, the tallest and largest observation wheel on Earth. Soaring to an incredible 250 meters, this engineering giant dwarfs every Ferris wheel that came before it, including the London Eye and the Singapore Flyer. But Ain Dubai isn't just about height. It's about vision. It's a symbol of how far human ambition can reach when imagination meets innovation. Built with over 9,000 tons of steel, the structure's frame is strong enough to withstand desert winds and coastal storms. Each of its 48 high-tech capsules offers a panoramic view of the Persian Gulf, the Palm Jumeirah, and the dazzling Dubai Marina. When the sun sets, the wheel transforms into a glowing crown of light, a beacon of modern engineering shining against the night sky. Construction began in 2015 and pushed the limits of what's possible in precision engineering. After years of meticulous work and technical challenges, the project was finally completed in 2021, marking 6 years of relentless innovation. Today, Ain Dubai stands as more than just a ride. It's a monument to human determination, a modern marvel that proves we can build dreams taller, stronger, and more spectacular than ever before. In the heart of Kuala Lumpur, two giants rise side by side, gleaming symbols of ambition, culture, and architectural mastery. These are the Petronas Towers, once the tallest buildings in the world and still among the most breathtaking achievements in modern engineering. Soaring to an incredible 452 meters, the Twin Towers reigned supreme from 1998 to 2004, holding the record as the tallest skyscrapers on Earth. Even today, they remain the tallest Twin Towers ever built, icons of both Malaysia and modern architecture. Their design draws inspiration from Islamic geometric patterns, symbolizing harmony, strength, and cultural pride. Construction began in 1992 and took just over 6 years, officially completing in 1998. Connecting the two towers is the Sky Bridge, suspended 170 meters above the ground, serving not just as a walkway, but as a powerful symbol of unity and balance. With over 300,000 tons of steel and concrete, the Petronas Towers are a fusion of elegance and endurance. They stand as twin beacons of progress, proof that when human creativity reaches for the heavens, even the sky is no longer the limit. In a city known for reaching ever upward, one project dared to turn architecture on its head. This is the Interlace, a revolutionary residential complex in Singapore that redefines what modern urban living can look like. In a city known for reaching ever upward, one project dared to turn architecture on its head. This is the Interlace, a revolutionary residential complex in Singapore that redefines what modern urban living can look like. Instead of building toward the sky, the Interlace spreads horizontally, stacking 31 six-story blocks in a seemingly chaotic yet perfectly balanced pattern. From above, it looks like a massive three-dimensional puzzle, or a futuristic city built from green cubes. Completed in 2013 and designed by Øresund, this megastructure was conceived to break away from the monotony of vertical skyscrapers. The result is a living landscape where nature, community, and architecture intertwine, Each block is covered with lush gardens and terraces, creating a network of green spaces that flow naturally through the entire complex. With over 1,000 apartments, the Interlace isn't just a place to live. It's an experiment in how people can coexist with their environment. In 2015, it was crowned the World Building of the Year, and for good reason. The Interlace doesn't just challenge architectural norms, it reimagines them. It's proof that even in the heart of one of the world's most modern cities, architecture can still surprise, inspire, and connect people to the world around them. Rising gracefully above the skyline of Guangzhou, the Canton Tower is more than just a telecommunications structure. It's a work of art sculpted in steel and light. Standing at an astonishing 604 meters, it was once the tallest tower in the world and remains one of the most elegant megastructures ever built. Completed in 2010, the tower's design is unlike anything else on Earth. Created by Dutch architects Mark Hemmel and Barbara Keet, it features a twisting, hyperboloid structure, a slim waist that gives it the nickname, the Supermodel Tower. Its curves are not only beautiful, but incredibly efficient, reducing wind resistance while creating a striking visual effect that seems to defy gravity. By day, the tower gleams like a silver ribbon spiraling toward the sky. By night, it transforms into a dazzling display of color, illuminated by over 7,000 LED lights that ripple across its surface in mesmerizing patterns. Inside, visitors can ride to one of the highest observation decks in the world, dine in a revolving restaurant, or experience the Bubble Tram, a glass capsule that circles the very top of the tower, offering a 360-degree view of the city below. The Canton Tower stands as a perfect example of how engineering and art can merge into something truly extraordinary. A monument to human imagination that twists, shines, and soars above the clouds. In the heart of São Paulo, a city alive with energy and motion, stands one of the most extraordinary bridges ever built, the Octavio Frias de Oliveira Bridge, better known as the Ponte Estaiada. Opened in 2008, this stunning cable-stayed bridge doesn't just connect roads, it connects imagination to engineering genius. Stretching 1.6 kilometers across the Pinheiros River, it's instantly recognizable for its 138-meter-high X-shaped tower, the only one of its kind in the world. From this massive concrete column, 144 steel cables fan outward like strings of a harp, supporting two separate road decks that cross each other mid-air, forming a perfect illuminated X above the city. By day, the bridge is an architectural marvel of symmetry and strength. By night, it transforms into a glowing sculpture of light, illuminated by colorful LEDs that ripple across its cables, painting the skyline in vibrant waves of color. Today, the Ponte Estaiada stands as a symbol of Brazil's modern identity. Elegant, daring, and full of life. It's more than a bridge. It's a landmark of movement and creativity, a glowing reminder that the art of engineering can be as inspiring as the city it serves. Stretching across the misty valleys of southern France, the Millau Viaduct is a bridge so tall and graceful it seems to float above the clouds. Rising 343 meters above the Tarn River Valley, even higher than the Eiffel Tower, it holds the title of the tallest bridge in Europe. Completed in 2004, this engineering masterpiece was designed by British architect Norman Foster and French engineer Michel Verlojeux. Together, they created a structure that combines strength, precision, and elegance in perfect harmony. The viaduct spans nearly 2.5 kilometers, supported by 7 slender piers that taper as they rise, giving the illusion of lightness despite their enormous size. Construction was a feat of modern ingenuity. Engineers built the deck on land and then slid it across the valley, a breathtaking maneuver that required millimeter-perfect precision. Every cable, every beam, and every joint had to endure the powerful winds and shifting temperatures of the region. Driving across the Millau Viaduct feels like flying. The road disappears into a sea of white clouds, with the French countryside stretching endlessly below. It's more than a bridge. It's a monument to human imagination. A structure so daring and delicate, it proves that even the sky can be crossed with elegance. The Millau Viaduct stands as one of the world's most stunning examples of what happens when art and engineering rise together. In the heart of Bucharest, a building rises that seems almost impossible in scale, grand, imposing, and utterly unreal. This is the Palace of the Parliament, also known as the Palace of the People, a colossal symbol of ambition, power, and excess. Stretching over 365,000 square meters, it's officially the largest administrative building in the world and the heaviest building ever constructed. Its weight is so immense, it's said the structure slowly sinks into the ground each year. Construction began in 1984 under the rule of Nicolae Ceausescu as part of his vision to redesign the capital into a monumental socialist city. To make room for it, entire neighborhoods were demolished, and over 700 architects and 20,000 workers labored day and night for years. Inside, everything is built on a scale that defies comprehension. Vast marble halls, endless corridors, and chandeliers weighing tons. Today, the building stands as both a testament to human determination and a reminder of unchecked ambition. Its massive facade dominates the skyline, radiating both awe and unease. Yet, despite its controversial past, it remains one of Europe's most extraordinary architectural feats, a structure that blends tragedy, power, and perfection in stone. Standing proudly beside it is a structure that embodies faith on an epic scale, the People's Salvation Cathedral. Its golden domes rise high above the Romanian capital, shining as a spiritual counterpoint to the massive halls of power next door. Reaching 135 meters, it is the tallest Orthodox cathedral in the world, and a symbol of resilience for an entire nation. The foundation stone was laid in 2010, the main structure was completed in 2018, and after 15 years of construction, the cathedral was officially opened on Sunday, October 26, 2025, turning a century-old national dream into reality. Built largely with Romanian materials and craftsmanship, its vast interior can welcome over 5,000 worshippers, adorned with marble, gold leaf, and immense mosaics that will continue to be completed in phases. Seen next to the Palace of the Parliament, the cathedral creates a striking dialogue: state and spirit, power and prayer. At night, its gilded crosses light up the Bucharest skyline, not as a monument to a ruler, but to a people. The People's Salvation Cathedral is more than a church. It is a modern sacred megaproject, proof that even in the 21st century, nations still build not only for function, but for faith, memory, and identity. High above a remote gorge in southwestern China, a slender ribbon of road defies both gravity and expectation. This is the Øresund Bridge, spanning the Beipan River between provinces of Guizhou and Yunnan. With its deck perched an astonishing 565 meters above the valley floor, the Øresund Bridge became the highest bridge in the world in 2016. Its main span stretches 720 meters, and the structure remains a staggering testament to human engineering. From its completion on 10th of September 2016, the Øresund Bridge held the record, until just 2 months ago, when an even taller crossing claimed the title. Crossing it feels like flying over an abyss. Cars glide between mountains, suspended in air, with nothing but a sheer drop and mist below. The Øresund Bridge isn't just a road, it's a feat of daring, a line drawn across the horizon to prove that even the most untamable landscapes can be bridged. For years, the Øresund Bridge stood as the highest in the world, but now a new giant has taken its crown. Rising even higher above the clouds of Guizhou province, the Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge has claimed the title of the tallest bridge on Earth. Soaring an astonishing 625 meters above the canyon floor, this engineering marvel stretches across one of China's deepest gorges, a place once nearly impossible to cross. Completed in 2025, the bridge carries the G77 Xiamen-Chengdu Expressway, cutting travel time between mountain towns from hours to minutes. Its sleek, aerodynamic design was built to withstand fierce canyon winds and dizzying heights that challenge even the boldest of engineers. In drone footage and local photography, streams of water glisten on the cliffs, creating a dramatic, almost hidden waterfall atmosphere, especially when sunlight hits the mist just right. From the deck, the world below looks endless, a sea of mist, cliffs, and clouds. Crossing it feels less like driving on a bridge and more like flying. It stands as proof that even the most extreme landscapes can be tamed, turning sheer vertical cliffs into a highway through the heavens. At the meeting point of two mighty rivers in southwest China stands a structure that bends the very idea of what a city skyline can be. This is Raffles City Chongqing, an architectural marvel that seems to rise, twist, and float all at once. Completed in 2019, this mega project is made up of 8 enormous skyscrapers, 4 of which are connected near their summits by a colossal sky bridge known as the Crystal. Suspended 250 meters above the ground and stretching 300 meters in length, the Crystal appears to hover in midair, earning the nickname the horizontal skyscraper. It is the tallest of its kind. Inside the Crystal lies a lush, sky-level world of observation decks, gardens, restaurants, and an engineering wonder called the Sky Wing, an outdoor glass cantilever platform that extends beyond the edge of the structure. Stepping onto it feels like walking straight into the clouds, with the Yangtze and Jialing rivers merging far below. Designed by visionary architect Moshe Safdie, Raffles City Chongqing fuses innovation with artistry, using advanced dampers and wind-resistant steel frames to keep its massive airborne bridge perfectly stable. Raffles City Chongqing isn't just a complex, it's a vertical world of its own, where architecture, engineering, and imagination meet in midair. A bold testament to how far humanity will go to make the impossible real. On China's eastern coast, where the Yangtze River meets the East China Sea, lies a man-made marvel so vast it can be seen from space. This is the port of Shanghai, the beating heart of global trade and the busiest port in the world. Handling over 47 million containers every year, the port is a sprawling maze of cranes, cargo ships, and artificial islands that never sleep. Its crown jewel is the Yangshan Deepwater Port, built entirely on reclaimed land and linked to the mainland by the Donghai Bridge, a staggering 32.5-kilometer sea bridge stretching across the open ocean. Construction began in 2002, transforming a cluster of small islands into one of humanity's most ambitious engineering feats. Today, the port's automated terminals run with robotic cranes and driverless vehicles, loading and unloading colossal ships with precision that borders on perfection. Every container that moves through here carries a fragment of the global economy, from electronics and cars to the smallest everyday items. The Port of Shanghai isn't just a harbor, it's a symbol of connection, a place where technology, industry, and human ambition merge to power the modern world. Piercing the clouds above Kuala Lumpur stands a monument to modern ambition, a tower that redefines the skyline and spirit of Malaysia. This is Merdeka 118, the second tallest building in the world, and one of the boldest architectural statements ever made. Rising to a breathtaking 678.9 meters, the tower soars higher than the Petronas Twin Towers and is second only to Dubai's Burj Khalifa. Its name, Merdeka, means independence, a tribute to the nearby Stadium Merdeka, where Malaysia declared its independence from the British Empire in 1957. Construction began in 2014 and reached completion in 2023, after nearly a decade of visionary engineering. The tower's crystalline angular facade was inspired by patterns from traditional Malaysian art, reflecting unity, strength, and modern identity. Inside, it houses offices, hotels, restaurants, and Southeast Asia's highest observation deck, perched at a height of about 566 meters, the fourth tallest observation deck in the world, offering panoramic views that stretch for miles. It's more than a skyscraper. It's a declaration that freedom and imagination can reach any height. Now, we journey even higher, to a place where architecture touches the edge of the sky. In the heart of Dubai stands a structure that redefined what humanity believed was possible: the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building on Earth. Soaring to an unbelievable 828 meters, this shimmering needle of glass and steel dominates not only the Dubai skyline, but the imagination of the world. When construction began in 2004, few thought such a height could ever be reached. Yet by the time it opened in 2010, the Burj Khalifa had set more than a dozen world records. Designed by Adrian Smith of Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, Its form was inspired by the desert flower Hymenocalyx, elegant, symmetrical, and perfectly aerodynamic. Inside lies a vertical city of homes, offices, restaurants, and the breathtaking at the top sky observation deck, located at 555 meters, the highest observation deck in the world. From there, the desert, ocean, and city blend into a single endless horizon. At night, the tower becomes a living sculpture of light, a beacon seen for miles, reflecting Dubai's rise from sand to sky. The Burj Khalifa is not merely a skyscraper, it's a symbol of human ambition, proof that when vision meets engineering, even the impossible can be built. Rising above the holy city of Mecca, the Abraj Al Bayt clock tower is one of humanity's most extraordinary architectural achievements. A fusion of faith, grandeur, and engineering that towers over the heart of Islam. Standing at 601 meters, it is the tallest clock tower in the world and the fourth tallest building ever constructed. Completed in 2012, this monumental structure dominates the skyline beside the Masjid al-Haram, home to the Kaaba, Islam's holiest site. The tower's 4 clock faces each measure 43 meters in diameter, making them the largest in the world. They shine with over 2 million LED lights, visible from 25 kilometers away, and are adorned with intricate Arabic calligraphy praising Allah. Above them rises a massive golden crescent, weighing over 35 tons, crowning the tower like a celestial beacon. From certain angles, especially when viewed directly from the front or from far away, the crescent and spire can appear as a single, straight vertical structure, giving the illusion of a pointed spire. But in reality, the top is crescent-shaped, symbolizing the Islamic lunar heritage and shining brilliantly when illuminated at night. The Mecca Clock Tower is not merely a building. It is a monument to faith and ingenuity, uniting spiritual devotion with engineering excellence in one of the most awe-inspiring megastructures ever created. On the shores of the Gulf of Finland, where icy winds sweep across the Baltic Sea, rises a tower that seems to pierce the clouds with frozen precision. This is the Lacta Center, a shimmering glass spiral that stands as the tallest building in Europe and one of the most graceful megastructures ever built. Reaching a staggering 462 meters, the Lacta Center dominates the skyline of St. Petersburg, twisting upward like a flame frozen in glass. Reaching a staggering 462 meters, the Lacta Center dominates the skyline of St. Petersburg, twisting upward like a flame frozen in glass. The tower's 5 curved facades rotate gently as they rise, reducing wind pressure while creating a striking visual illusion of perpetual motion. Inside, it houses the tallest observation deck in Europe, located at 357 meters. From there, visitors can gaze across the vast Gulf of Finland, watching the city unfold below as the sea meets the endless northern horizon. Constructing it in Russia's harsh northern climate was a feat of endurance. Engineers had to pour concrete in sub-zero temperatures using specially heated mixtures to prevent freezing, while massive wind-resistant foundations anchor the tower to the frozen ground below. The Lacta Center isn't just a skyscraper, it's a symbol of precision, resilience, and innovation. A tower that stands against the elements, proving that even in the coldest places on Earth, human ambition still burns bright. In the heart of Shanghai's glittering skyline rises a giant that seems to twist the very air around it, a symbol of power, progress, and precision. This is the Shanghai Tower, the tallest building in China and the third tallest in the world, a masterpiece that spirals gracefully into the clouds. Standing 632 meters tall, it embodies both architectural beauty and technological innovation. Completed in 2015, the tower was designed by Gensler, its fluid form inspired by the motion of the wind and the harmony of traditional Chinese design. Its 9 cylindrical sections stack atop one another, wrapped in a double-glass facade that twists a full 120 degrees as it rises, reducing wind load and energy use by more than 20%. Inside the Shanghai Tower is a vertical city, home to offices, hotels, gardens, and sky lobbies that connect thousands of people across its 128 floors. Its observation deck, perched at 561 meters, is the second highest in the world, offering breathtaking views of the Huangpu River and the sprawling city below. Built to withstand typhoons and earthquakes, it's a fusion of art and science, a tower that breathes with the wind and glows with life. Next to it stands another icon of modern engineering, the Shanghai World Financial Center, a skyscraper so distinctive it has become one of the most recognizable silhouettes on Earth. Rising 492 meters above the Pudong district, this gleaming giant was once the tallest building in China when completed in 2008. Designed by Kohn Pedersen Fox, its sleek, minimalist form reflects both precision and balance, a towering symbol of global finance in one of the world's most dynamic cities. But what truly sets it apart is its sky portal, a massive trapezoid-shaped opening near the top of the building. Originally designed as a circle symbolizing unity, it was reshaped into this bold cutout to reduce wind pressure. And in doing so, it created one of the most iconic architectural features in modern history. At its peak lies the Skywalk, an observation deck at 474 meters, suspended above the city in a glass-floored corridor. From here, visitors look down through the open frame of the tower, with the Shanghai Tower on one side and the Jinmao Tower on the other, 3 architectural giants standing side by side like guardians of the skyline. By night, the Shanghai World Financial Center glows like a blade of blue light, a monument to precision, ambition, and the city's unstoppable rise toward the future. On the shores of the Mediterranean, in the heart of Algiers, stands a structure that blends spiritual grandeur with modern engineering on an unimaginable scale. This is Jama' el-Jazar, the Great Mosque of Algiers, a sacred masterpiece that ranks among the most astonishing religious megaprojects ever built. Completed in 2019, it is the largest mosque in the world. Its most striking feature rises far above the city, a 265-meter minaret, towering higher than many skyscrapers and visible for miles along the coastline. The mosque can accommodate over 120,000 worshippers, its prayer hall adorned with marble columns, hand-carved wood, and intricate geometric patterns that reflect centuries of Islamic artistry. Above it, a vast 50,000 square meter dome symbolizes the heavens, its interior illuminated by shafts of light that move with the sun. Built to withstand both earthquakes and time, Jama El Jazair combines traditional craftsmanship with cutting-edge technology, including automated climate systems and seismic protection designed to keep this monumental structure safe for generations to come. At night, its golden minaret shines like a lighthouse over the sea, a beacon of faith, unity, and pride for Algeria and the entire Islamic world. The Great Mosque of Algiers is not only a place of worship, it is a monumental testament to human devotion and architectural vision on a divine scale. Towering over the city of Leipzig, surrounded by tranquil water and stone, stands one of Europe's most powerful symbols of remembrance, the Monument to the Battle of the Nations. Known in German as the Völkerschlachtdenkmal, this colossal memorial honors the soldiers who fought in the Battle of Leipzig in 1813, one of the largest and bloodiest battles in European history. Completed in 1913, exactly 100 years after the battle, the monument rises an astonishing 91 meters into the sky, making it the tallest monument in Europe. Built from 26,000 granite blocks, its immense fortress-like form reflects the monumental scale of the war it commemorates, where Napoleon's forces met their decisive defeat. From its viewing platform, visitors overlook the entire city of Leipzig and the historic battlefield where history changed forever. The Monument to the Battle of the Nations is more than a memorial. It is a towering testament to unity born from conflict. A masterpiece of stone and symbolism, it remains the tallest monument in Europe, and one of the most awe-inspiring expressions of remembrance ever built. At the edge of Singapore's glittering skyline rises a structure that seems to defy both gravity and imagination, a symbol of modern luxury and engineering brilliance. This is Marina Bay Sands, one of the most recognizable buildings on Earth, where architecture meets the sky in breathtaking harmony. Completed in 2010, the complex consists of three 55-story towers, each curving elegantly upward, connected at the top by an enormous sky park that stretches 340 meters, longer than the Eiffel Tower laid on its side. Suspended 200 meters above the city, this steel and glass platform is home to gardens, restaurants, an observation deck, and the world-famous infinity pool, where swimmers appear to float at the very edge of the skyline. Designed by visionary architect Moshe Safdie, Marina Bay Sands was built on reclaimed land, combining art, technology, and sustainability into a single fluid form. Beneath the towers lies a vast complex of luxury hotels, theaters, shopping arcades, and one of the world's most advanced convention centers. From the top, visitors look out over the futuristic heart of Singapore, the gardens by the bay, the marina, and the shimmering South China Sea. By night, the building transforms into a beacon of light, its reflections dancing across the water below. The Marina Bay Sands is more than a resort. It's an icon of innovation, a bridge between imagination and reality, where the skyline itself becomes a work of art. Along the mighty Yangtze River, where mist-covered mountains rise and ancient villages once stood, stretches one of the most colossal engineering feats in human history. This is the Three Gorges Dam, a project so vast it reshaped both the landscape and the destiny of a nation. Completed in 2012, the dam spans 2.3 kilometers across the Yangtze and stands 185 meters high. Built from more than 27 million cubic meters of concrete, it is the largest hydroelectric power station in the world, capable of generating over 22,500 megawatts of electricity, enough to power entire megacities. The vision behind it was as bold as it was controversial: to harness China's greatest river, control devastating floods, and provide clean energy to millions. But achieving it came at a monumental cost. More than 1 million people were relocated, and vast areas of land disappeared beneath the rising waters of the Three Gorges Reservoir. Despite its scale, the dam operates with astonishing precision. Its massive ship locks allow convoys of vessels to ascend the river step by step, while a towering vertical ship elevator, the largest of its kind in the world, can lift ships weighing up to 3,000 tons, more than 110 meters in a single movement. It is a mechanical marvel that turns the power of water into an intricate dance of steel and engineering. The Three Gorges Dam is not just a hydroelectric plant, it's a symbol of ambition on a continental scale. In the western heartlands of India, beside the serene waters of the Narmada River, rises a monument so immense it dwarfs everything around it, a colossal tribute to one of the nation's greatest leaders. This is the Statue of Unity, the tallest statue in the world and a symbol of strength, vision, and national pride. Standing an astonishing 182 meters tall, nearly twice the height of the Statue of Liberty, the monument honors Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the man known as the Iron Man of India, who united the country's diverse states after independence. Completed in 2018, the statue was designed by Indian sculptor Ram V. Sutar and built in just 4 years, using over 25,000 tons of steel and bronze cladding. Its sheer scale is almost incomprehensible. Patel's head alone measures over 9 meters, and each hand is nearly 20 meters long. Constructed to withstand powerful winds, earthquakes, and time itself, the Statue of Unity is more than a monument. It is a message carved in metal, a declaration that unity is strength and that the spirit of a nation can stand taller than any mountain of stone or steel. In the dazzling skyline of Macau, where ancient temples meet the pulse of neon lights, rises a structure that looks less like a building and more like a vision from another world. This is the Grand Lisboa Hotel, a golden lotus bursting from the heart of the city and one of the most surreal architectural icons ever built. Completed in 2007, the Grand Lisboa stands 261 meters tall, its shimmering glass facade shaped like an enormous lotus flower, a powerful symbol of purity and prosperity in Chinese culture. Designed by Denislao and Ungchun Man architects, it's a bold fusion of symbolism and spectacle, perfectly capturing Macau's blend of tradition, luxury, and excess. The hotel and casino contain over 800 lavish rooms, gaming halls, and restaurants. But beyond its opulence lies breathtaking engineering. The building's curved golden panels reflect sunlight like fire, while its spire glitters above the skyline like a crown of light. At night, the Grand Lisboa transforms into a living sculpture, a kaleidoscope of color and motion that illuminates the entire city. More than a hotel or a casino, it is a statement of identity, a symbol of Macau's transformation from a quiet colonial port into one of the most vibrant entertainment capitals on Earth. The Grand Lisboa Hotel is not just a building, it's architecture in full bloom. Rising proudly above the skyline of Seattle, like a vision of the future frozen in time, stands one of the most recognizable landmarks in the world, the Space Needle. Built for the 1962 World's Fair, it was a bold symbol of the space age, a time when humanity was reaching for the stars and dreaming of life beyond Earth. Standing 184 meters tall, the Space Needle was an engineering marvel of its era. Designed by Edward E. Carlson and John Graham, its futuristic, flying saucer crown captured the optimism of a generation looking toward tomorrow. The structure was built to withstand 200-mile-per-hour winds and strong earthquakes, anchored deep into the bedrock beneath Seattle. At the top lies the observation deck, offering panoramic views of the Puget Sound, Mount Rainier, and the city's glittering skyline. In 2018, it was completely renovated to include the world's first rotating glass floor, giving visitors the breathtaking illusion of floating above the city. The Space Needle isn't just a landmark, it's a promise, a timeless symbol of innovation and imagination, built not only to look at the stars, but to inspire us to reach them. Piercing the clouds above the world's largest metropolis stands a tower of glass, steel, and precision, a structure that redefines the meaning of balance and beauty. This is the Tokyo Skytree, the tallest structure in Japan and the fifth tallest in the world, a perfect fusion of technology and tradition. Completed in 2012, the Skytree rises to a breathtaking 634 meters. Its height was chosen deliberately. 634 can be read as Musashi, an ancient name for the region around Tokyo. Designed by Nikken Seikei, the tower combines futuristic engineering with the elegant curves of traditional Japanese pagodas, built to withstand both earthquakes and typhoons. Its lattice structure and tuned mass dampers allow it to sway gently during seismic activity, absorbing the energy of the Earth itself. Inside, the tower houses broadcasting facilities, restaurants, and 2 observation decks, one at 350 meters and another at 450 meters, offering breathtaking panoramic views across Tokyo and, on clear days, all the way to Mount Fuji. By night, the Skytree glows in alternating hues of blue and purple, representing the sky and the spirit of Edo, Tokyo's ancient past. It's more than a tower, it's a cultural and technological symbol, a bridge between heritage and progress. The Tokyo Skytree stands not just as a broadcasting tower, but as a monument to Japan's mastery of design, a beacon of calm elegance in the heart of one of the busiest cities on Earth. Back to Zhangjiajie, where towering sandstone pillars rise from the mist like the remnants of an ancient world, and where human engineering has turned nature itself into a stage of wonder. Here, suspended high above the abyss, stretches one of the most breathtaking creations ever built, the Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge. Completed in 2016, this stunning structure spans the Zhangjiajie Grand Canyon in China's Hunan province, an area so surreal it inspired the floating mountains in Avatar. Stretching 430 meters from cliff to cliff and hovering 300 meters above the canyon floor, It was once the longest and highest glass-bottom bridge in the world. Designed by Israeli architect Haim Dotan, the bridge is made of 120 transparent glass panels, each strong enough to hold the weight of a car. Despite its immense strength, it appears almost invisible, a delicate thread of glass suspended between heaven and earth. Looking down through its crystal-clear floor, visitors see waterfalls plunging into the canyon and forests fading into mist below. A dizzying experience that blends fear with fascination. The Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge isn't just a walkway, it's a daring experiment in beauty and courage. A masterpiece that turns one of China's natural wonders into a place where architecture, nature, and imagination collide, and where every step feels like walking on air. Above the turquoise sea of southern Vietnam, where islands rise from the water like silent sentinels, there stretches a ribbon of steel and cables that seems to challenge the horizon itself. This is the Han Tom cable car, a marvel of modern engineering and the world's longest sea-crossing three-wire cable car system. Spanning a staggering 7.9 kilometers from Menthoy Station on Phu Quoc Island to Han Tom Island, the ride takes you soaring above the vast ocean, gliding high over emerald islets in the infinite blue. Officially opened in February 2018, it carries passengers in 69 spacious cabins, each accommodating up to 30 people, traveling at speeds reaching about 8.5 meters per second. From your vantage high above, the world below transforms. Tiny fishing boats traverse the sea like toy ships, coral reefs glow through clear water, and the islands of the An Thoi archipelago lie spread out like pieces of a mosaic. The ride isn't just transport, it's a journey where sea, sky, and engineering merge. The Han Tom cable car isn't just a ride, it's a statement of ambition and wonder, a path above the waves, linking islands as if by magic, and showing that even over the sea, people can build connections that defy gravity. High in the misty mountains of central Vietnam, hidden above the clouds, lies a world that feels more like a dream than a place on Earth. This is Ba Na Hills, a mountaintop wonderland where fantasy, architecture, and imagination collide. At the summit stands a surreal creation that has captured the world's attention, the Golden Bridge. Stretching gracefully between forested peaks, the bridge appears to be held aloft by two gigantic stone hands, as if nature itself were lifting it toward the sky. Opened in 2018, it instantly became one of the most photographed landmarks on the planet, a symbol of Vietnam's bold creativity and modern ambition. But the Golden Bridge is only the beginning. Behind it rises a sprawling French-style castle village, complete with turrets, cobbled streets, and Gothic architecture that looks centuries old, yet was built entirely in modern times. Surrounded by clouds and lush pine forests, it feels like a lost city floating above the world. Visitors wander through flower gardens, cathedrals, and medieval squares as mist rolls in from the valleys below, blurring the line between reality and fantasy. Ba Na Hills is not just a destination, it's an illusion made real, a place where art and architecture defy time and gravity, and where the hands of stone remind us how far imagination can lift the human spirit. In the heart of the Nevada desert, where the night sky burns with the glow of 1,000 lights, one beam outshines them all, a pillar of light so powerful it pierces the heavens. This is the Luxor sky beam, the brightest light in the world, blazing from the peak of the Luxor Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. First illuminated in 1993, the beam is created by 39 xenon lamps, each a blazing 7,000 watts, together producing an incredible 42 billion candela of brightness. The light is so intense that pilots can see it from over 400 kilometers away, and astronauts have reported spotting it from space. Housed in an enormous chamber at the top of the hotel's pyramid, each lamp is focused by massive curved mirrors into a single unified column of light. On a clear night, the beam seems endless, cutting through the desert darkness like a sword of pure energy. But it's more than an engineering marvel. It's a symbol, a modern-day lighthouse in a city built on light itself. Dust, mist, and even insects shimmer in its glow, giving the illusion of a living, breathing beam stretching into infinity. The Luxor sky beam isn't just the brightest light on Earth. It's a man-made star, blazing from the desert floor to remind us how far human ambition can shine into the void. Another unmistakable landmark rising from the heart of Las Vegas is the Stratosphere Tower, a colossal spire that pierces the desert sky above Sin City. Standing 350 meters tall, it is the tallest observation tower in the United States and one of the most iconic silhouettes on the Las Vegas Strip. Opened in 1996, the Stratosphere was designed as both an architectural statement and a beacon of entertainment. From its soaring height, visitors can see far beyond the glittering city, out across the vast Mojave Desert that surrounds it. But the tower is not just for observation, it's for adrenaline. At its summit are some of the highest thrill rides in the world. Big Shot, which launches riders into the sky, Insanity, a spinning arm that dangles over the edge, and Sky Jump, a controlled free fall from nearly 260 meters above the ground. Each one transforms the tower from a mere viewing platform into a vertical amusement park. By night, the Stratosphere glows like a futuristic torch above the Las Vegas skyline, a symbol of the city's fearless pursuit of spectacle. The Stratosphere Tower isn't just a landmark, it's a challenge to gravity itself, a monument to human daring, built in the middle of the desert to remind us that in Las Vegas, the sky is never the limit. Stretching across the waters of the Øresund Strait, where the North Sea meets the Baltic, stands a bridge that doesn't just connect two shores, it unites two nations. This is the Øresund Bridge, one of Europe's most ambitious engineering achievements, linking Copenhagen, Denmark with Malmö, Sweden. Opened in 2000, the structure spans an astonishing 7.8 kilometers and carries both road and rail traffic. But what makes it truly extraordinary is its hybrid design. The bridge doesn't simply end, it dives. Midway across the strait, it descends onto an artificial island called Pebberholm, then continues underwater through the Drogden Tunnel, connecting seamlessly to the Danish mainland. The central section is a cable-stayed bridge, its elegant pylons rising 204 meters, 669 feet above the sea, supporting a deck that withstands brutal winds and icy Nordic storms. Beneath its sleek exterior lies the silent power of precision, Thousands of tons of steel and concrete working in perfect harmony. The Øresund Bridge isn't just a link between Sweden and Denmark. It's a symbol of cooperation, innovation, and unity. A masterpiece that proves even the sea itself can be crossed when nations dream together. Rising above the coastal city of Malmö, twisting elegantly toward the sky, stands a skyscraper unlike any other. A structure that redefines what it means to build vertically. This is the Turning Torso, one of the most iconic architectural creations in Scandinavia, and a true masterpiece of modern design. Completed in 2005, the tower stands 190 meters tall, making it the tallest building in Scandinavia. Designed by the legendary Spanish architect Santiago Calatrava, its shape was inspired by one of his own sculptures, a twisting human form frozen in motion. The tower consists of 9 stacked cubes, each slightly rotated from the one below, creating a full 90-degree twist from base to top. Every floor seems to turn on its axis, giving the illusion that the entire structure is in motion, a graceful spiral of glass, steel, and innovation. Inside, the Turning Torso houses luxury apartments, offices, and panoramic viewing spaces, offering sweeping views of Malmö, the Øresund Strait, and even Copenhagen across the water on a clear day. Built with cutting-edge engineering to withstand powerful coastal winds, the tower is not only a work of art, but a triumph of stability and design. The Turning Torso isn't just a skyscraper. It's a sculpture on a monumental scale, a symbol of human creativity and ambition, twisting endlessly upward as if reaching for the future itself. In the bustling heart of Bangkok, where ancient temples stand beside neon skylines, rises a skyscraper that looks as if it's been carved straight from a digital dream. This is the Mahanakhon Tower, a structure that bends the rules of architecture and transforms the skyline of Thailand's capital into something futuristic and surreal. Completed in 2016, the Mahanakhon stands 314 meters tall, making it the tallest building in Thailand at the time of its completion. Designed by German architect Ole Schirren, its most striking feature is a pixelated spiral that appears to unravel the tower's facade, as if a piece of the digital world had glitched into reality. This spiraling ribbon of glass cuts deep into the structure, revealing balconies, terraces, and sky gardens that offer jaw-dropping views over the city below. Inside, the tower houses luxury residences, offices, restaurants, and the Skywalk, one of the highest glass-floored observation decks in Southeast Asia, perched at 314 meters above the streets. By day, the Mahanakhon reflects Bangkok's chaotic beauty in shimmering fragments. By night, it comes alive with light, the pixelated sections glowing like code in motion, a digital pulse in the city's skyline. The Mahanakhon Tower isn't just a skyscraper. It's a vision of the future rendered in glass and geometry, a symbol of Bangkok's transformation, where tradition and technology meet in breathtaking vertical form. In the heart of Milan, where glass towers and historic cathedrals share the skyline. Two buildings rise that seem less like skyscrapers and more like living, breathing forests. This is the Bosco Vertical, the vertical forest, one of the most revolutionary architectural concepts of the 21st century. Completed in 2014, the Twin Towers stand 111 meters and 76 meters tall, designed by architect Stefano Borri as a bold experiment in sustainable urban living. Instead of concrete and steel dominating the view, the facades of these towers are covered with over 20,000 plants, including 800 trees, 4,500 shrubs, and 15,000 perennials and vines. Together, they create the equivalent of a 3-hectare forest, one that absorbs 30 tons of CO2 and produces 19 tons of oxygen every year. The vegetation also provides shade, reduces noise, and cools the air naturally, turning the buildings into self-sustaining ecosystems. Each apartment has its own miniature garden, where branches stretch outward into the open air, blurring the line between architecture and nature. From a distance, the towers appear alive, green in summer, golden in autumn, and dusted with snow in winter. The Bosco Vertical isn't just a pair of buildings. It's a vision of how cities can coexist with nature, a reminder that the future of architecture doesn't have to be colder or harder. It can be greener, cleaner, and very much alive. Back to Singapore, where imagination and innovation meet to create a city that feels more like the future than the present. Here on the edge of Marina Bay lies one of the most breathtaking urban landscapes ever conceived, the Gardens by the Bay. Opened in 2012, this 101-hectare wonder is not just a park, but a masterpiece of environmental design. A place where nature, technology, and architecture grow together in harmony. At its heart rise the iconic Super Tree Grove, towering steel structures up to 50 meters tall, covered in thousands of living plants. These vertical gardens collect rainwater, generate solar energy, and even act as air vents for the park's cooling systems, a true fusion of beauty and sustainability. Among them stand the futuristic glass domes, the Flower Dome, the world's largest glass greenhouse, and the Cloud Forest, home to a 35-meter indoor waterfall cascading through mist and orchids. Inside, visitors wander through tropical jungles and rare ecosystems recreated beneath the curved glass canopy. By night, the super trees come alive in a dazzling symphony of light and music, a spectacle where art and engineering merge beneath the Singaporean sky. The Gardens by the Bay is more than a garden. It's a living laboratory for the cities of tomorrow, a vision of how humanity and nature can not only coexist, but thrive, side by side under a canopy of light. On the shores of Saadiyat Island, where the desert meets the sea, stands a museum that feels less like a building and more like a vision suspended in light. This is the Louvre Abu Dhabi, a masterpiece of architecture and culture where art from around the world gathers beneath a dome of stars. Opened in 2017, the museum was designed by French architect Jean Nouvel, who envisioned it as a floating city, a modern oasis inspired by the narrow streets and courtyards of traditional Arabian villages. Its defining feature is the enormous dome, spanning 180 meters, composed of 8 layers of steel and aluminum that filter sunlight into thousands of shimmering beams, creating what Nouvel calls the rain of light. Inside, the museum's galleries flow like a river of history, displaying masterpieces from every civilization, from ancient Egyptian statues to modern abstract art. Each piece is presented not by nationality, but by theme, celebrating the shared creativity of humankind. Surrounded by the calm waters of the Persian Gulf, the Louvre Abu Dhabi seems to float between earth and sky, a sanctuary where time, culture, and architecture intertwine. The Louvre Abu Dhabi isn't just a museum, it's a dialogue between civilizations, a beacon of knowledge and beauty rising from the desert, proving that art, like light, belongs to everyone. In a city defined by architectural wonders, one structure stands apart, not because of its size, but because of what it represents. This is the Dubai frame, a monument that quite literally captures the past, present, and future of one of the most extraordinary cities on Earth. Completed in 2018, the Dubai frame rises 150 meters high and 93 meters wide, shaped like an enormous picture frame set against the skyline. Designed by Mexican architect Fernando Donis, it was conceived as a symbolic gateway. On one side, visitors look out over Old Dubai, the city's historic roots. On the other, the glittering towers of New Dubai, representing its modern transformation. The frame is clad in gold-colored stainless steel, shimmering in the desert sun and reflecting the luxury and ambition of the city itself. Inside, a glass-floored sky bridge connects the two vertical towers, offering a breathtaking 360-degree view over Dubai's ever-changing landscape. At its base, a museum traces Dubai's evolution from a small fishing village to a global metropolis, while the upper level uses immersive displays to imagine what the city might look like in the decades to come. The Dubai frame isn't just an architectural landmark, it's a time machine in the form of art, a golden window into Dubai's story, one that frames the journey from humble beginnings to boundless ambition. In the heart of Barcelona, where art and architecture blur into poetry, rises a structure unlike anything the world has ever seen. This is the Sagrada Familia, a basilica so vast, so intricate, and so ambitious it has been under construction for more than 140 years. The vision began with the genius of Antoni Gaudí, who took over the project in 1883 and devoted the rest of his life to it. Combining Gothic grandeur with natural, organic forms inspired by trees, caves, and light, Gaudí imagined not just a church, but a living symphony in stone. When complete, the Sagrada Familia will reach 172 meters, making it the tallest church in the world. Its soaring spires, each dedicated to a biblical figure, rise like mountains over Barcelona's skyline, while its facades, the Nativity, the Passion, and the Glory, tell stories not through words but through sculpture and shadow. Now, after more than a century of devotion, this monumental work is finally nearing completion. The Sagrada Familia is set to be finished in 2026, marking 100 years since Gaudí's death, a fitting tribute to the man who dreamed it into existence. The Sagrada Familia isn't just a church, it's a testament to patience, faith, and imagination. A reminder that some dreams are so magnificent, they transcend time itself. In the heart of Paris, rising gracefully above the River Seine, stands one of the most iconic structures ever built, a symbol of innovation, elegance, and endurance. This is the Eiffel Tower, once dismissed as an eyesore, now celebrated as the very soul of France. Completed in 1889 for the Exposition Universelle, the tower was designed by Gustave Eiffel as a daring showcase of modern engineering. At 324 meters tall, it became the tallest structure in the world, a record it held for more than 40 years until New York's Chrysler Building rose to surpass it. Yet when it was unveiled, most Parisians despised it. Artists and intellectuals called it a useless and monstrous giant, a scar on the face of their beloved city. But time would prove them wrong. The tower that once divided opinion became the symbol that united it. Built from 18,038 iron pieces and held together by 2.5 million rivets, the tower was completed in just over 2 years, an astonishing feat of precision for its era. Inside, a network of historic elevators still carries millions of visitors to its 3 observation decks, offering breathtaking views of the Seine, the Champs de Mars, and the endless sea of Parisian rooftops. By night, its golden lights shimmer across the city, a beacon of beauty, resilience, and imagination. The Eiffel Tower isn't just a monument. It's a story of transformation, a testament to how vision and courage can turn even the most criticized creation into one of humanity's greatest triumphs. Deep in the jungles of Cambodia, where mist drifts through ancient trees and time seems to stand still, lies one of the most extraordinary creations in human history. This is Angkor Wat, the largest religious monument on Earth, and a timeless testament to devotion, art, and empire. Built in the 12th century by King Suryavarman II, Angkor Wat was originally dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu before gradually transforming into a Buddhist temple. Covering more than 160 hectares, it is not just a temple, it's an entire city of stone, perfectly aligned with the sun and the stars. Every wall, corridor, and tower is covered with intricate bas-reliefs depicting gods, warriors, and celestial dancers. More than 3,000 of them, carved with breathtaking detail. At sunrise, light spills across the central towers, reflecting in the moat and revealing the iconic silhouette that has come to define Cambodia itself. Its 5 soaring spires symbolize Mount Meru, the mythical home of the gods, and its central sanctuary rises 65 meters above the ground, built entirely by hand, without modern tools or machines. Over the centuries, the jungle tried to reclaim it, but Angkor Wat endured, its stones weathered, but its spirit untouched. The Angkor Wat isn't just a temple. It's a miracle of alignment between man, earth, and the divine, a silent masterpiece that continues to whisper the story of a lost empire beneath the rising sun. High in the Bavarian Alps, surrounded by emerald forests and mist-covered peaks, stands a castle that seems to have leapt straight out of a fairy tale. This is Schloss Neuschwanstein, the dream of a king turned into stone, and one of the most enchanting architectural wonders ever built. Commissioned by King Ludwig II of Bavaria in 1869, Neuschwanstein was never meant to be a fortress of war, but a sanctuary of imagination, a personal retreat inspired by medieval legends, German Romanticism, and the operas of Richard Wagner. Perched dramatically on a rugged hill above the village of Hohenschwangau, the castle rises with towers, turrets, and spires that pierce the mountain air, overlooking shimmering lakes and valleys below. Its interiors are no less extraordinary: gilded halls, painted ceilings, and murals depicting heroes, dragons, and divine myths. Today, Neuschwanstein draws over 1.4 million visitors every year, and even served as the inspiration for Disney's Sleeping Beauty castle, forever cementing its place in popular imagination. The Schloss Neuschwanstein isn't just a castle. It's a dream frozen in time, a place where fantasy and architecture intertwine, reminding the world that even the wildest visions can become reality if only one dares to build them. In the heart of Manhattan, where Central Park meets the clouds, a new skyline has emerged, not of offices or cathedrals, but of glass towers built for the world's wealthiest elite. This is Billionaire's Row, a vertical empire of luxury rising above the streets of New York City. Stretching along West 57th Street, these ultra-slender skyscrapers redefine the meaning of height, wealth, and ambition. Here stand icons of modern engineering: Central Park Tower, the tallest residential building in the world at 472 meters, and 432 Park Avenue, its minimalist rival with its perfectly square grid of windows piercing the sky. Each tower is a feat of structural precision, impossibly narrow yet strong enough to withstand the fierce winds that sweep across Manhattan. Inside, penthouses sell for hundreds of millions of dollars, offering views that stretch from the Hudson River to the Atlantic Ocean. To some, Billionaire's Row is the pinnacle of progress, a showcase of architectural genius and human ambition. To others, it's a symbol of excess, a shimmering skyline for the few, casting long shadows over the city below. Yet there's no denying its power. At sunset, when the glass towers turn gold and the lights of Central Park flicker below, Billionaire's Row becomes more than real estate. It becomes a statement, a monument to aspiration, standing where gravity, imagination, and wealth all meet, in the sky above New York. From ancient temples carved into stone to glass towers that pierce the clouds, these structures remind us of what humanity is capable of when imagination meets determination. Each one, whether born from faith, power, or vision, stands as a message written in steel, stone, and light, that we are a species destined to build, to reach, and to dream. Across deserts, mountains, and oceans, these megaprojects rise as symbols of our endless curiosity, monuments not just to architecture, but to the spirit of invention itself. Some defy nature, others honor it. Some unite nations, others challenge what's possible, but all share one thing in common. They prove that our greatest creations begin as impossible ideas. And as technology advances, new wonders are already taking shape, projects that will make today's marvels look small by comparison. The age of monumental construction isn't ending, it's only just beginning. Because as long as humans can dream, we'll keep building, higher, bolder, and more unreal than ever before.